So hello my dear friends, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So let's continue our series of planets through Navamsa chart in Vedic Astrology. And in this particular video, let's try to decode the sun placement in the 10th house and what are going to be the positive and the negative karmic association which is specifically connected with this placement. Let's try to understand in this video. First of all, you need to have some basic idea regarding the 10th house of the Navamsa chart. Now, the very first thing is the amplification factor. Any planet which is first of all going into the 10th house of the D-9 chart, this have the capacity to amplify its significance. Significance means the Karak Tattva of the planet is getting amplified up there. Second important point, 10th house also represents the fortune after marriage. Okay. Now, fortune is not necessarily in terms of the monetary aspect. Fortune in terms of happiness, because from the 7th house, this is going 4 places away. So, it also represents the happiness of the marriage and the married life aspect. This is also the house which represents fortune in terms of having a child, fortune in terms of having a good wife, having good kids also. And even the money and wealth aspect is particularly connected with this 10th house. If you want to see the complete or the exact roadmap of your life, specifically after the marriage, look into the dignity of this 10th house. Secondly, 10th house lord going anywhere in the D9 chart also represents the flow of the wealth. Planet which is sitting up there, they represents the amount of wealth which you are capable of receiving. But the 10th house lord going anywhere in the chart represents how the flow of wealth is going to be. Whether there is going to be certain mismanagement happening or whether the money is going to be managed in a very proper manner. And lastly, we will also discuss with regards to the affliction also. Okay. Now, affliction with Rahu and Ketu axis, with other planets that are forming conjunction with the Surya, or even what will happen if the sign of Scorpio and the Aquarius is also going to be coming into picture. So, we will discuss all these parts in more detail in this video. Now, the very first point is the amplification factor. Now, planet Sun in Vedic Astrology governs authority, power, leadership also. It means all these significance of the Surya, they are actually coming towards you specifically after marriage. Now, it's not necessary you are going to be enjoying all the benefits, because I will tell you there are going to be certain terms and conditions applied. Okay, it's like that sun is up there with certain terms and conditions. Now, if the sun is free from any sort of affliction, okay, then you have the capacity to receive all these things into your own life. But if sun is not free from affliction, then what will happen? You are going to get a very dominating partner who have the capacity to command authority upon you and also going to be acting as a leader actually. So, then this have the capacity to actually suppress the urja, which is actually going to be present inside you. So, it also depends over the dignity of the graha and if the planet is in affliction or there is no any affliction present up there. Secondly, enhancement in the career prospect is also going to be seen because of this placement. Because 10th house also represents the combined effort of a husband and a wife in order to achieve financial success in their own life. You see few people after getting married, they are like starting their own businesses, combined businesses I'm talking about, or sometimes they are maybe opening some restaurant business where one person is looking into the one aspect of the life and the second person is looking into second aspect. So, this is that placement of the Surya that actually have the capacity to deliver or going to work into the same activity with the combined effort of the husband and the wife. Because I will tell you, Sun in Vedic Astrology is naturally the significant of the self-esteem of the person. Now, Sun in the 10th house don't want to suffer from the self-esteem kind of issues. And that is also the reason why if you are married because of this Surya, for example, after getting married, what will happen? It become very, very difficult for you to sustain and survive in that corporate environment where if any negativity is going to be coming towards you, that have the capacity to not only hurt your self-esteem, but it's going to be combinedly going to hurt the self-esteem of a husband and the wife actually. And that is where sun is here going to take that command and that authority, and this is the very best placement even if you want to go into the field of business. Depending over the zodiac sign placement, okay, whether it's posited into the air element, earth element, or maybe watery and other zodiac signs, this have the capacity to also show the direction of the career. Many a times I will tell you, sun forming connection with the Martian energy, real estate businesses are going to be there. With moon and Jupiter energy, restaurant and food businesses can also be seen because of this placement. With the air specifically coming into contact like Mercury and the Venus. So this is also going to be showing the consulting business. Even water comes into play, so that healing industry. So that combined business operations are also going to be seen from this sun in the 10th house. Next important point, sun in the 10th house actually have the capacity to bring lot of fortunate events into your own life. And when I'm saying fortune, it's not only connected with the money and the wealth aspect. Yes, that is going to be the one part. But fortune can come in any other ways also. Like for example, receiving certain respect in the society, having a good children, having a good lineage, and even support from the family also. So if the dignity of the Surya is not compromised, you are going to be receiving all these things into your own life, and you are also going to be very fortunate with regards to everything which you are going to be receiving. But on the other hand, I will tell you, if the dignity is going to be compromised, then you will not be able to receive the proper support system. I have seen in many astrological birth charts where the affliction to the sun or the debilitated sun actually have the capacity to like take away each and everything from your own life. Like initially, maybe suppose you are having these things present into your own life, but as soon as you are getting married, because of the karmic connectivity, karmic association of your wife or the husband planetary influences in your own life, this have the capacity to take everything away actually. So here the dignity must need to be playing a very, very important role up there. Apart from this thing, sun in the 10th house is also very important in order for you to do any sort of social work kind of a situation actually. Because what will happen, sun is not only meant for the marriage actually, sun is going to be having the bigger purpose. Now it's not necessary this is the bigger purpose of you only. I have seen in certain astrological charts the spouse and the life partner is also going to be bringing some bigger purpose up there. Now if that bigger purpose is going to be there, I will tell you, the big advantage is your relationship and marriage is going to sustain and survive for the longer duration of the time. But on the other hand, for example, if the sun is not going to be having any sort of bigger purpose, now bigger purpose beyond marriage, doing job, raising up the kids also, making money, these are the mundane activities, okay. I'm talking about some big purpose which is beyond these mundane activities. So if you are going to be having some bigger purpose up there, then sun actually have the capacity to drive its urja towards that bigger purpose also. And that is where this is also going to be bringing lot of stability into the relationships, marriage and the married life aspect. On the other hand, if the bigger purpose is not going to be there, then this can represent the clashes between both people. It's like that your opinion difference is going to be there. Both of your mindset is also not going to be matching with one another. Even sometime I've also seen one person try to superimpose the belief system over other person's life, and other person also tries to do that kind of a thing. And that is where the root cause of the problem is also going to be present up there. So it's also much better to have certain bigger purpose because of this Surya placement into the 10th house of your own chart. Lastly, this is also the planet which have the capacity to bring sudden events into your own life. Now these are the sudden events not necessarily connected with your relationship, career, marriage and the married life aspect also. Because initially I told you, if the Rahu and Ketu axis is forming connection with this Surya, then this is a pure example of a pitri dosha. Now pitru dosha or pitri dosha simply mean there are certain ancestral curses which are also present up there. Because sun is the representation of your father side lineage. So father, grandfather, great-grandfather. Any severe affliction to Surya, in the sign of Scorpio, it's afflicted. In the sign of Aquarius, again it's afflicted. With Rahu, it's afflicted. Ketu, it's also afflicted. And even debilitated Surya is also actually a big affliction into the Navamsha Kundi. Planets, I will tell you, debilitated planets in the Navamsha, they are bringing some major karma. If they are with Rahu and Ketu axis, they are again bringing some major karma. In Scorpio and Aquarius, they are also bringing some major karma. and sun represents the father side family. So most of the cases, this represent difficulty in lineage to grow into the forward direction. It means very difficult to obtain a male child, and even obtaining of a female child is also going to be becoming very, very critical if the sun is going to be severely afflicted up there. Okay, this is the one downside of the Surya in the astrological chart. Otherwise, this Surya have the capacity to act into the very powerful manner actually. Here you also need to pay attention towards the dignity of the 10th house lord actually, like where your 10th house lord is going. Maybe sun is posited in the sign of Aries. It's exalted. So look where the Aries lord Mars is going actually. Now, if Mars is, for example, going into the difficult placements of the chart, what will happen? No matter the amount of fortune you are going to be receiving after marriage, this fortune will eventually go into vain actually. You will not be able to reap out its benefit. In order to carry forward this part into the longer duration of the time, the dignity of the 10th house lord must need to be playing a very, very significant role in order to receive the positive result into your own life. So I hope you have received some basic idea behind the sun placement in the 10th house. Regarding any queries and consultations, you can drop me an email. Any marriage, career, business, spiritual consultation, do let me know. And make sure to subscribe my channel below, hit the like button if you really enjoyed this video. And I'm going to meet you very, very soon in the next video. Till then, bye-bye and Hare Krishna.